get going. Alright, so we made it to Gettysburg. Pulled in pretty good here. I just gotta get my stuff now, so I gotta get my Bible, my tracts. I printed up some. I don't know if you can see that well. Just some hope tracts that we're gonna hand out, and basically we're just gonna go around and kind of, explore Gettysburg and minister the gospel to some people. All right, so I'm up here kind of at the top of the monument. Walked up this big old flight of stairs just to get up here and kind of see the view. It is like a really nice view. I mean, look at that. And you can see I'm really high up too. It's like, I don't know, I think it's like 5 stories or something. And there's my hearse right over there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk around Gettysburg, hand my tracts out, minister to some people, and just have a good old time. Ministry doesn't have to be like, boring or not enjoyable, right? You're supposed to enjoy ministering the gospel to people and going out and spreading hope into the world, because that is a thing that actually brings joy and purpose into people's lives. Alright, so I walked around kind of the outskirts of Gettysburg for around an hour. I was only able to hand out one of my tracts, and I went up to like 10 different people. So most people just said they weren't interested, and they said like no thank you, which is, compared to the other times, I usually have more people who are receptive, or at least willing to read my tracts, or actually consider the gospel. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm a little discouraged right now, but we'll just pray that Lord opens up people's hearts, that I'm able to sow these seeds into people's lives. And right now I'm going down into downtown Gettysburg, so I'm hoping I have more luck there because there's more people and people tend to sit around more, so maybe they'll feel like they're be more receptive to take a gospel tract, because they'll be able to read it right where they are. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, so I handed out around 4 of my tracts. I went from like the Lincoln Memorial. No, it's not the Lincoln Memorial, the Pennsylvania State Monument. Then I went into Gettysburg itself, went to downtown Gettysburg. And there, when I tried to hand out tracts to people, they seemed to be like less receptive to it. But once I got to like the college, people seemed much more willing to, take one. So I handed out a few there. So it's been kind of a mildly interesting day, to say the least. Definitely is a nice place to walk around regardless, So I'm gonna walk back to my car, and then from there I'll probably just head home and end today off. Alright, so I just got done walking through Gettysburg for the most part. I'm walking back to where my car is. And as I, minister in Gettysburg today, as I, hand out tracts and sort of walked around the town, even though I wasn't able to hand out that many, I was only able, of these hope tracts, I was only able to hand out like 5 of them. And I am a little discouraged too, just because I've been here for like hours. My feet hurt. And I don't really feel like I really accomplished as much as I wanted to. And as I'm walking through here, I'm just reminded about just how important ministering the gospel is. Even if when you go out and minister to people, even if you don't feel like you're making an impact, if you don't feel like, am I really making much of a difference? What you're doing when you're sharing the good news with people, that only through Jesus Christ we can be saved, and that he died to set us free from sin, and that only through him can we have really life in us, and that by believing on him and putting our trust in him, that we can be completely born again and transformed and set free from the bondage of this world. When you're preaching that, when you're sowing those seeds of truth into people, not all of them are going to bear forth fruit, right? It's like the parable of the sower. There's the stony ground, there's the ground where the cares of this world come in and choke out the word, and there's some that fall by the wayside. We even have that like back here a little bit. But then there's those people out there who have their hearts are ready to receive the word. They just need someone to sow the seed. And when you minister, and if you're ministering through the power of the Holy Spirit, through the power of Jesus Christ, you are going to bring forth, or I guess how you'd say is your seeds are going to land on that good soil, and it is going to bring forth fruit. You might not see it, you might not even notice it, or you might not ever become aware of just how much, people do receive the word that you preach through, the power of God. But it is important, because that's the only thing that can, set people free, is the gospel, right? The people in Gettysburg, they fought, the Union, they fought to set people free from slavery. And when we're ministering the gospel to people, when we're ministering, the gospel to people, basically, we're fighting to set people free from spiritual slavery, from the slavery and bondage of sin. Man, my shoe just got untied. Anyways, and it's the gospel, when we're ministering that to people, it sets people free. The good news sets people free. What Jesus did on the cross, it sets people free. And what you and all of us should have a heart to do is to minister to people. You can minister to people anywhere. I can go anywhere in the world and minister the gospel to people. I can go anywhere and hand out tracts, or pray for people, or help meet people's needs and share them the love of Jesus Christ. You don't have to have this. You don't have to be super educated, right? You don't have to have your degree in Bible college or whatever to minister the light of God. You only need the truth to be in your heart, and to have really received the gospel, and to really have been born again, to actually be able to reflect that same light on people. Because when you have God living on the inside of you, that light, his light, can reflect through you if you let it. And I think that's the most important thing as Christians, is to let the light shine. Okay, so I made it back to my car after walking, 4? I got here at 11 after walking for 5 hours. So I walked basically from the Pennsylvania State Monument all the way in to downtown Gettysburg, right? I walked to the Visitor Center before then. So I walked from here at the Pennsylvania State Monument to the Visitor Center. Then I went into downtown Gettysburg. Then I walked to the college. Then I walked all the way back. And I went through the cemetery before finally getting back here. So I am exhausted. I did manage to hand out some tracts. One person said thank you after I said, "Do you want a message of hope?" So my prayer, and I believe that they are going to bring forth fruit in people's lives. Just like I believe this hearse, will bring forth life into people's lives. And you just have to keep going out, right? You just have to keep ministering, keep letting the Lord lead you to where you need to go, and just be willing to be the light to the world. And I think that's the most important thing, is to be willing to minister to people. So anyways, I hope you all have a good day. If you want to see more of this content, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. He is Risen Hearse. If not, that's all right. And I wish you all to have a very nice day, and God bless.